Hi guys, it's Hayley. I'm here with another video, and today I am doing my weekly page that I like to do at the CSI website, which is colorstoriesinspiration.ning.com. So I like to participate in their challenges, and they have one every week. So this week actually had an accompanying sketch. I don't know how close I got to it. I can't remember. But it also had, the normal list of things to use, colour scheme, etc. Now the colour scheme was kind of, I haven't got the information right in front of me, but I'm going from memory. I think it was navy, teal, orange, white and yellow. And I'm using the new Adrian Lumen collection, and it's lovely. And the background page is a white wood. I think it's called Sunlight, because the other side is like a kind of bulker print of a, well, what is it, a field? Oh no, kind of like a beach, kind of. Anyway, I think it's called Sunlight, and it's very nice. All the pieces go together really nicely. And I'm using the piece of the, I have a feeling this piece that I'm holding up is called Driftwood. I'm not 100%. I did write all this down, but I didn't bring it with me. And the other side of the Driftwood piece is this lovely little floral. And again, I'm using those cut out circles from Ellie's Studio that were sitting on my desk, because the sketch did kind of, I do remember it had two circles. I think in the sketch the two circles were the photos, but I wasn't going to do that, so I am implementing them though. So the options I went with was the circles of the, you get to pick from a list of product and then, or types of product, and then a journaling list. So the things I went with were stitching and circles, and I used 3 lots of circles. The die cut circles, I use some circle wooden dots, and I use a circle sticker, so just reinforcing that theme. And then I did some hand stitching. And I'll explain in a bit why I did the hand stitch. Well, no, I kind of got into it, left the page to do something, came back, kind of forgot what I was doing, as in not my idea for the page, but which bits I was trying to implement as part of the challenge. And then I kind of had to end up adding some things to fulfill the challenge. These wee pieces, these wee cut parts are just lovely, and I really like that one, the one next to the photos at the top says summer holidays. That is what we call our holidays. I don't know about, I think the English call their holidays, like their vacations. I think they call them holidays. But I know it's not normal in America to do that. I know you call, your holidays like Easter and Christmas holidays, and you call your trips away or trips at home your vacation. But we don't use the term vacation at all. We just use holidays. So it was really nice just to have something that had that on it, because the products that we primarily get do have vacation on it. And although I don't know, I'd like to say I wouldn't completely not use it. It's kind of like things with the wrong to us, things with the wrong spelling. I probably wouldn't use something that had favourite without the U or colour without the U. So that's just another thing, that if stuff has vacation printed all over it, I'm not likely to use it because it's just not a term we use. So that was nice. Anyway, that was a nice wee surprise, because that doesn't happen very often when it comes to actually referring to a trip or a time of year where they call it a holiday. Okay, anyway, enough about that. I love that wee piece of the wee sailboat, the wee paper sailboat. That's awesome. And I really used those so that I could bring in the orange, because they both had orange in them. And I'm just looking through the stickers here. I have put down that one under the right hand photo, that says beach and it's a little banner one. And I wanted to put another one on the page, but it actually had beach on it too, so I'm like, can't go there. And it was even in the same font, so couldn't go there. Now I'm looking at some Evalicious stickers, and this wee banner that says today, I like the colour, but I couldn't get it to look right. Even when I've even tried it a couple of times in different spots down there. If the top of the banner looked right, then the point didn't look right. So I just end up bailing on that idea. And I've just added a wee circle that says Hello 2014. Yes, here's where I go to put that sticker on, then realise that I've used exactly the same term. It's not like there's not a lot to pick from, but I wanted one of a certain length. So here I find this Cherished Forever one, and I'm just trimming it to fit. These photos are of Sophia and my husband's cousin's daughter, and they live in the same city as my in-laws live. So we only see them, over the summer and maybe once during the year, or if there's a special occasion, like a family occasion, we'd see them. And I just love that they, the girls do have a relationship with these children, and it kind of takes them, every time they see each other, it kind of takes them, a few minutes to get reacquainted and not be awkward. And I remember that when I was a kid, that you'd go somewhere and it would be kids you'd spend a lot of time with, and you'd feel a bit weird for the first few minutes, and then you'd sort yourselves out and just start playing something. And that's the case here. We were down, my in-laws live on a beach, they live on an island, but it's an island, it's considered an island, but it's accessible by land. And the portion that is in front of their house, it's so quiet and lovely down there, and in the evenings there's people walking around the island, but there's not a lot happening. So on this particular night, my father-in-law had organised to have some fireworks, and so we had been all waiting in the house for it to get dark enough, and then we just came down, and the children knew not to be too close, so they were just passing time and playing about on this block of wood. And this block of wood wasn't placed there by us, but it was quite helpful. We made all the children sit on it, and they weren't allowed past it. So it's always good when there's a whole bunch of children to have a stopping point. So that's what the photos are about. But they're mainly about the relationship and how they pick it back up and things like that. Here I decide that photo just looks like everything else is kind of layered, and then there's nothing behind that one. So it's not very consistent. So I just went through the cut aparts. This kind of aqua scallopy one, it's the back of the cut apart sheet. So I just went through and found a piece of the cut apart sheet that I would be not less likely to use, but my least favourite, and I thought I'll just use that behind there, and I like it a lot better. I have a bit of a hard time getting it up, but it does end up looking a lot better. And the photos are so dark, I didn't want anything navy on there, even though navy was one of the colours. And the photos, there wasn't really much you could do because it wasn't night. Even if I lightened them, then it just blows out the colour of the people, and it's still really dark. So I just went with it and tried to make everything else light to compensate. It's either that or not scrapbook the photos, and I want to scrapbook the photos. So if they are average, then I'm okay with that. And at the end of the day, when the children look through this album, they don't care. They don't care. They just care that they have a picture of that night, and of that family member or that friend. They don't care that the picture's not great. but it's funny. It cracks me up the way that Emily's standing and the way that Sophia's standing. They walk to the beat of their own drum, those two. So I have added on those wood dots. They're from my mind's eye from the Splendid collection. I've got quite a few packets of those. I don't know how that happened. Well, I know how it happened, but I don't know how it happened. I must have misordered, but I'm still using them and I still like them. Now I do have some stills, and I am showing you more stills than usual because I added on a couple of bits. So here I added on this wee ampersand that was part of the vellum sheet and added the girls' names. And here, this is in the top left, and the next still is in the bottom right. I realised I'd used no yellow, and yellow was one of the colours. So I added on a piece of that vellum, one of those vellum frames, and then I hand stitched them down because stitching was one of my things as well. So I really needed to add that in, or else I wasn't following the brief at all. Anyway, it's done and I like it. Thanks for watching, and thanks for coming by, and thanks for all the support, you guys. Have a great day.